Yesterday, a violent event took place in Jerusalem with a mob of local Jerusalem Arabs who seriously injured 6 IDF police officers who were powerless to stop the Arab mob. Before going into the details of the event, as if the event itself isn't bad enough, the Israeli media establishment did not report this event at all, which again seriously injured Israeli forces right in our own capital city. Sound familiar to how the United States media establishment is silent about how US police forces are powerless to stop the leftist mobs using violence and destruction across US cities? So, how do I know about this incident if it wasn't reported in the media? Well, because one patriotic alternative news organization, 0404, did report it. And one very patriotic and extremely popular and vocal ex-rapper, his name is The Shadow, who helped spread the story as well. So what happened? An undercover police IDF force went to arrest a gang of car thieves, in the Arab neighborhood of Kalandia on the eastern side of Jerusalem. Now, this has nothing to do with terror or terrorism, but stopping organized crime. As the IDF police force entered the neighborhood, they were attacked by a mob of local Arabs on the rooftops of the buildings in the neighborhood, who threw down boulders, slabs of marble, and even washing machines. These officers were under total attack. 6 of the Israeli officers were seriously injured and had to be evacuated from the area to save their lives by other units using live fire, without any arrests. So here's the problem. These Israeli Arabs know they can get away with this violence against Israeli forces. Like how can that be? This happens almost every day. Mostly events with much less violence, but equally representative of the danger that the IDF and police face in trying to stop terror and crime. So why is this such a problem? Because the leftist elitism of automatically pitting the minority Arab population runs deep in the justice system in Israel. Police and IDF officers' hands are most of the time tied when dealing with trying to stop crime or terror within the Arab population. Even when they are arrested, they either get very light punishments or no punishments at all. Victims have to fight the system to get relief. And most of the time, the victims are also rebuffed by the justice system, like the Supreme Court canceling demolition order after demolition order of terrorists' homes who were punished. The ones who get punished most of the time are the police officers, soldiers, civilians just trying to protect themselves, or the victims of the terror or crime. Just recently, an Israeli Jewish citizen from down south was arrested for shooting the Arab thief who was literally in the act of stealing his car. Well, I will get into the details of that story in another video, but it just shows you what's going on. This is just a continuing saga of citizens and IDF or police forces left defenseless while criminals and terrorists get away with crime and sometimes even murder. This is a problem that plagues not just Israel, but the United States and Western European countries as well, where in all the places the leftist ideology of protecting minorities trumps the need to protect the rights and lives of law-abiding citizens. Step 1 to putting a stop to all this is by being vocal about it. So please join me in sharing this video so we can get the information out there. This is something that plagues us all.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.